Good morning and welcome to the Paparoa. Okay, climbing, we're into it. So, it's been an early morning this morning. Woke up at around 3 AM in Christchurch and drove three and a half hours to Blackball on the west coast of New Zealand. And here I am, at the start of the Paparoa, one of the 10 great walks of New Zealand. But this one's pretty special, we can ride bikes on it. So today I'm going to head to Punakaiki, the other side, and all the way back to the car, then make my way back to Christchurch. So I've ridden the trail a few times, but I've never gone there and back in a day. Should be a goodie, and hopefully the 7:30 kick-off is early enough to get me back to the car at around dusk. We'll see. So the full trail is about 55 kilometers long, and it kicks off while I'm heading from Blackpool to Punakaiki, so that's pedaling northwest. This is what you can expect for about 10 or 12 k's from the start. It's like a relatively brutal climb, really, quite rough under the tyre. Just seems to get rougher and rougher every year, and there's a bit of grade to it as well, and it just keeps going for 10 or 12 kilometers until you break out into the Alpine, where we'll find the first of 4 huts. So the huts are really good gauges of progress on this trail, and it's really popular to sleep and turn this into a multi-day adventure, especially if you're walking on account of the trail's surface more than the trail features itself. I'd recommend a full suspension. There's a little XC bike. You can go pretty aggressive cross-country bike, be nice. Although hardtails would still be sweet. Just a bit of a rougher ride. Getting into the sun now. It's going to start getting pretty hot. It's meant to be 20 degrees Celsius today. So that's a good reprieve after some unseasonably crap wet weather, especially for the 4th of January in New Zealand. So picked my day well. First hut, and that is the fertile west coast down there, well known for dairy farming, and this is for sure the best day I've picked for Paparoa. Look at this ramshackle piece, top hut. Some yarns would go on down in there. Alright, Cecil Clark Memorial Hut. 7 or so beds maybe. Keep pushing on. Try not to faff too much today. I've got a big job on my hands. Not only is it a decent sized ride today, I'm potentially biting off more than I can chew, as I haven't really done any riding for the last 8 weeks. I've done a bit of IT band syndrome, sort of lateral knee pain damage at the last Set Brevet a couple of months ago, and it's been quite painful. So no riding, nothing physical really, just rehabbing in the gym. So the idea is to not get stranded in the middle of the Paparoa, but the last 2 days I've clocked up over a couple of 100 k's as a bit of a security test, so done what I can. My holiday is just about over, so I thought bugger it, I'll give it a shot. So we're 10 kilometers in now, 600 meters climbing according to this Garmin, which is quite often inaccurate, and an hour and a quarter. I've been pedaling since I left the car, so making solid time. 270 watts average for the nerds out there, and feels like a lovely backwind, just a nice breeze to hopefully just push me across these tops and then down to Punakaiki. Looks like we're heading through that saddle over there. G'day, thanks very much. Have a good one. What a basin. Things are getting scenic. But even in these summer months, I definitely throw a jacket in, at least. I think I got a merino pock sort of thermal thing as well, because even at these altitudes, like 1200 or so in New Zealand, it can just turn to shit real fast and you can just get freezing and you're just almost immobilized and shivering. So definitely, even if you're doing a one-day mish, keep some layers going on. If you're on the hunt for some content, actually, back in 2021, Rufus and I and 2 other mates, Rowan and Adam, came through here on bikes that we bought for under $100 Kiwi. Mine was 15 bucks. So and when we were pedaling along this section, it was hailing and snowing on us, so similar time of year too. So yeah, track that vid down, subscribe while you're at it. So this trail was opened in 2020, I believe. So it's amazing what just 4 or so winters can do. It's sort of just washed a fair bit of the sediment away and left it to be a bit of a rock garden. Should have changed down the gear before recording this. Speaking of gear ratios, I'm running a 34. If you're not in a real hurry, I'd say 30 or 32 would be the way forward, because get some gradient at times, like here. Oh baby, that's a crispy view. You're probably not going to be able to see it, but I can see Mount Cook and the whole south of the South Island down there. take my word for it. So the next stop is Moonlight Hut, which I believe is around the 20-kilometre mark. And at the moment, I'm pretty much climbing, bit of undulation, but climbing to get over that saddle. And then the hut won't be far from there, I would imagine. Hey mate, have a good one. Shit, yeah, lightweight ultra running. Love to see it. Big fan of it. The Croesus track. I've heard about this saucy option you can do. One day I'll involve that. Head to Barrytown and down to the coast that direction, or come up. I don't know. Or maybe I'll just do a trail run like that guy. I was pretty envious of that. That looked good. Maybe the next video will be trail running 55 clicks as a biker. I bought the shoes the other day. Very few excuses. Oh, look at that shoreline. The Tasman out to Australia. Oh, this trail is just dancing with these ridge lines. It's a work of art. Hey mate, thank you very much. Stunning. 16 clicks in, 850 meters. Not far from Moonlight, if I've done my research, which I haven't. It's a monster of a hut. The Moonlight Tops Hut. There we go. Well, I was keen to show you how many bunks and things etc. there was there, but that was just carnage. A lot of people packing up and getting ready to move on to the next hut. I've picked probably the busiest time of year for this mission. Even the descents I'm heavily on brakes. I don't take anyone out. No complaints. So I'm just not rushing to get to Punakaiki, but I'm trying to be efficient so that I can turn around and measure the effort back, see how much time I got. So that's bang on 19 k's from the car, and I've been going 2 hours. Alright, next stop is the Paparoa hut. That's another 20 kilometers from here. Undulates a lot, but more or less on the way down and on the way to the sea. But it's just another 35 clicks. Let's crack into it. Love this West Coast bush. There's the sight for sunrise. Shit, there's a lot of traffic on this. It's quite hectic. Oh. There's a slab to ride. Oh, my progress is terrible. I'm just stopping for photos and footage the whole time. There's just so many good views on an absolute day. Here's the emergency shelter. So not one of the official huts, but this is a pretty exposed ridge I've just been riding along, so I played it safe by putting a good looking shelter in here. For an emergency it looks very habitable, and that's at the 29 kilometre mark. It's now 10:15, so since I left the car it's 2.5 hours or so yeah, I've got 25 kilometres to get down. I haven't touched any of my food, so I don't know whether I need to really go all the way to Punakaiki, but it's one of those things, I may as well. Waterfall Creek Bridge. Fantastic. About 4 k's away from this next hut, and there's always something pretty demoralising about doing a massive long undulating descent that you know you're going to have to turn around and ride back up in a few hours, so there's that. Alrighty, so it's 10:48, so we're looking about 3.5 hours ish, and this is the Paparoa Hut. Getting pretty low and close to that coastline now, and we've come from, you can just see the zigzag coming down from that ridge up there. We're going to get down to Punakaiki and then back up there. Looks like you could fit a few people in here. So my plan is actually, so I'm here now. I started down here, so I've made it quite far. Just got another 18 or so kilometres to get out to the finish, and then maybe a quick coffee in Punakaiki. Then I want to head back up past this hut, and then before I get to the Moonlight Hut again, turn off and ride this new Pike 29 memorial track. So that's just been opened this year in February, and it will be a bit of a climb here, but then a huge, lovely descent apparently. And then I've just got to bike all the way around the road, back to Black Ball, and then up this forestry road to pick up the car. That is the plan. Time to move. There's a homemade wee burger and an English muffin that I just smashed. I got another 2. So there's plenty of calories on board. I thought I might need a resupply in Punakaiki, but that and a Snickers is all I've had so far, so I really don't need that. Just gone over the 50-kilometre mark, and there's a bit of a pinchy climb. Not long to go, but a bit of a bite at the end of this trail. This bridge marks the end of the Paparoa. You can hear the waves crashing on the beach. It says it's 52 kilometres and then 4.5 hours moving time. So it's bang on 12 o'clock, which means if I left at 7:30 it's like 4.5, or 7:20, 4 hours 40 or so. Not bad for a casual setup. So hopefully Punakaiki is just not far at all, and then I can get back on the road. So the knee's feeling tight, not painful. Long way to go back to the car, but we're going to crack into it. And hopefully it just doesn't get painful. Round 2. I think the easier option is just going to be to go the whole Paparoa and just go straight back to the car. 55 more Ks. So could be the way to go with this knee tightening up, but we'll see. I'll do my best not to make the footage just a mirror image of the first half of the day. Something might happen, you never know. Just ran into and had a chat to that old mate from the enduro days who heavily advised doing the Pike 29 descent. He said pedalling around to Black Ball and up the hill isn't that bad. That's what was putting me off, especially with a knee which is tightening up and stuff. 30 k's of flat, but I think I'm going to give it a go. That way we'll be able to see something different on the way back here as well. So before I get to Moonlight Trail, I'll keep my eyes peeled out to the left. No, before I get to the Moonlight Hut, I'll keep my eyes peeled out to the left. Oh, this is not easy right now. It's very hot. It's quite steep. It's loose underfoot. And yeah, slow progress. Been 75 k's for the day, and I reckon my Pike. Oh, hey mate.
How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you guys?
Good.
Have a good one. Gotta keep your wits about you. I reckon my Pike 29 turn off will be at the 90k mark, roughly my 90 kilometre mark for the day. So 15 more clicks, and the brunt of that's going to be slogging, mate. Few hikers back there making me feel special. They're a fan of the channel, so shout out to those guys. Said they're going to tune in. Great stuff. Oh, this climb is solid. Still got energy. After 2 months on the couch, I'm really waiting for the energy to drop off a cliff, but hasn't happened yet. Maybe that Silk Road base is here to stay. The cave. Oh, what I'd give to be showering under that. Back at the emergency shelter. Tops up. If you can choose which direction you ride this trail in, definitely go northwest rather than doing like 35 or 40 k's of gradual undulating climbing with a steep descent at the end. It's much better to do it in reverse of that. 15 k's of climbing or so, and then just make your way down to the coast. But you know, if you don't want to pay for the car shuttle, which is available by the way, you can just pay someone to drive your car to the finish. If you don't want to do that, you just got to ride back. Okay, probably can't see it, but over there on that ridge is the Moonlight Hut. So at some point, actually, I think I can see it. I think the Pike goes up to that. I can see a track, and I know it climbs off this trail, so must cruise up to the top of that peak and then just wind its way all the way down. And that's me. That is me. It's 3:30 in the afternoon. So, all going well. I'll be back in Blackpool in time for a burger, chips and some sort of beer. Okay. Found it. The wee closet to Narnia. Great seat. I just came bombing through here earlier today and completely missed it. Made my way across. But anyway, I wasn't too phased until now. So 11.6 k's, 1 to 2 hours on the bike. Climb up to here, then descend down. Very nice mossy jungle up here. Feel like we're getting close to the top. Stunner. This is steep. The ocean that way, and then the farms that way. This descent is absolutely magic. But I don't want to film much because I'm going to go back to yelling out rider. That's it, just pops out onto the gravel. What a descent. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Now I'm heading back around to Blackpool. 30 kilometres to Blackpool. Just chip away at that. Brutal headwind. It took like an hour 20, an hour and a quarter, and I still get up this hill. Oh, there we go. 5 to 7. Meaning the whole trip took me 11.5 hours. Fair bit less moving time because I faffed so much, but shit, yeah, stoked. It went better than I expected. I thought either my knee would blow out or my fitness would be absolutely atrocious. And the knee felt weird, but it didn't blow out. And the fitness was okay considering. Not too bad. You know, like over 11.5 hours, my normalised power was 240. Not too bad. Bike was amazing. So what I'm going to go down and do now, find a little waterfall, clean the sweat off, then get a meal at one of these pubs, and then I'll upload the stats because it currently says that I've done 3,200 meters climbing and 134 kilometers, but pretty confident it's well over 3,000. My Garmin just is not calculating that that climbing accurately, so anyone got any deals on Garmin's, hook me up. Yeah, food stop. Well, I did not get the pub feed I was after. Turns out you have to book in for them to serve you. Clearly I did not do that. It's a trap for young players. And also a hot tip is that the lady running the wee dairy there is just really mean, really mean. But anyway, I've loaded up the ride. The Strava came up, was 3,800 meters climbing in the end, 133 kilometers, 10 hours on the dot moving time, and about 11.5 hours total, so about an hour and a half faffing, looking at huts and chilling in Punakaiki and things. So awesome ride, better than expected, and it has got me contemplating doing the Great Southern Reveille, which just kicks off in 3 weeks, and I was very certain after my knee injury that I wasn't going to be able to race. So we'll see if I can get some time off work. That may happen. But that's it for now. Job done.